Folks, it's Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids out on the golf course pond in Florida after almost 2 years, and the first fish of the trip is a beautiful bass on a topwater bait in the bright sunshine. I made it down here after almost 2 years to visit mom and dad. It's been a long haul, but I'm back and I got myself a walking bait. I think this is just a Strike King in bright white, and I'm telling you guys, it's gonna be an absolutely incredible trip. I'm down here for about 12 days, and yes, I have pliers, and I thought even with this bright sunshine, the way we roll down here in these golf course ponds, that it could be a topwater bite all day. It is early morning, but the sun's up. It's about 8:30 in the morning, almost 9. And the game is on, guys. It's gonna get absolutely crazy in here. Lots of opportunity in Florida to do some awesome fishing. Big, chunky, beautiful Florida bass to start the day. Peacocks, bullseye, snakehead. These golf course ponds are absolutely loaded. If you've ever followed my channel, you know that I've done very well out here in the past, but it has been a long time. But I'm back, so let's get at it and see how well we can do on this trip. All right, I remembered. It's the Strike King Sexy Dog. That's what we're dealing with right there in the bright white. I actually jazzed it up a little bit, put a couple little target spots there in bright red on the belly, upgraded the hooks, and we're good to go. Let's see if we can get some more on top before we have to drop back down. I've got the entire arsenal of anything and everything you could think to throw out on these ponds, from vibrating jigs to spinner baits. I got all the soft plastics I need, but topwater, no doubt, would be the best way to go in most cases, because it's cold up north. It's cold up north and the topwater bite is done, but it's never done down in Florida. There are tons and tons of ponds in my parents' retirement community. I've just chosen this one because I've done well here in the past. The watercolor, it's always kind of tannic. It's never perfectly clear. So yeah, selection of baits, generally, you know, bright whites, and obviously we've got tons of different kind of bait fish opportunity in here, so white's always going to be a good choice. I've got the bluegill patterns. Definitely the bluegill pattern and the vibrating jigs and such do really well, but a little bit of everything. I mean, these fish, they're not unpressured. These ponds are pretty heavily pressured. There's actually clubs, fishing clubs in this community where they have actual tournaments. So there's a whole bunch of pressure out here, but it's still Florida and it's still a golf course pond, so you know how it goes. It's just a good place to get your line straightened and just a fun time all together. There we go, guys. There's number 2. Oh my gosh, it feels like a giant. I'm out here in the same spot and I decided, oh, it's a nice one. Really nice fish. Vibrating jig, guys. My famous Finch Nasty Thumper in a bluegill. And I just went ahead and decided I'm gonna be messing around with the topwater in every spot that I hit. And then I'm gonna move down below the surface and throw the vibrating jig. And I even have a little itty bitty finesse jerk bait that might get a couple bass, and actually definitely get some of the peacocks that are in here. But there's number 2. Isn't that absolutely incredible? So number 2 sitting here in the same spot. Third cast with the Finch Nasty Thumper vibrating jig in bluegill, which is absolutely a beautiful bait. I have a Lake Fork tackle, little shad style kicker on the back of it, my little trailer, and a chartreuse dip tail, green pumpkin, chartreuse dip tail, bluegill. Did it up. Let's do it again. As I sit here right next to my little partner in crime. I got a big old blue heron watching me work. I know you want one of these bass, but you ain't gonna get it. They're all going back. Well, catch and release, fish number 2. Let's go for number 3. I got a stretch of weather, folks, too. The weather down here in Florida can be hit or miss in the wintertime. You can get some cold days and cold fronts, but it looks like I've got nothing but 79 to 82 every day that I'm gonna be down here for 12 days. This last night was cold. It was in the 50s last night, and this morning it was breezy and cold, but right now with the sun out and the calmer winds, it's actually really comfortable. Probably 65, almost 70 degrees already at almost 9 in the morning. So it's just gonna get warmer and warmer every day. That just makes these ponds turn on like crazy, and it's already happening, obviously. It's gonna be a really simple routine. I'm just gonna go 30 to 50 yards down the bank, fan cast, top water, vibrating jig, maybe the jerk bait, maybe a little something extra to test the waters, but that's how I'm gonna basically attack these ponds and hopefully catch every bass that's willing to bite. Oh, guys, right here at the shoreline, I picked up the jerk bait, the little itty bit, and I got a peacock bass, guys. My 3rd fish figures the second I grab the actual jerk bait in a brightly colored Lucky Craft Pointer 78, I get myself a peacock bass. Absolutely incredible. Third fish on the trip. Look how beautiful that little peacock is. Isn't that incredible? Those jerkbaits really get these fish, which is why I have one tied on. A little itty bitty finesse setup. So let's get that back and show you what I got. Lucky Craft Pointer 78, brightly colored deal. Those peacocks love it. 10-pound test fluorocarbon leader on 8-pound test brace, so I can get some really long casts. And he ate it right here on the shoreline. I knew that would happen. I had a feeling. That's why I got this set up. Perfect. Drop shot special, little medium light action rod and a little 3000 series Stratic. My drop shot setup pretty much is what that was. So too cool. Got myself a peacock. Can you tell I'm excited? So I guess I got the right 3 baits, considering I got 2 large. Oh, there's another one right there. Oh, unbelievable. Oh, it's a nice largemouth on the jerk bait. What was I just saying? I had 3 baits tied on and all 3 of them got a fish, and 3 different fish. Well, I shouldn't say 3 fish, 3 different fish, a peacock to boot. So there's fish number 4 on the jerkbait again. Look at that, guys. That jerkbait's getting largemouth down here in Florida. You think of jerkbait, right? You think cold water and all that. No way, shape or form. You're definitely going to catch them on the jerkbait down these ponds for sure. Another one. Number 4 fish, 3 bass, and a peacock, and they're loving it. It wasn't too long ago, a couple years back, when I first caught my first peacock out of this pond, and I couldn't even believe what I was looking at. So I knew the snakeheads were here, but I had no idea the peacocks were. So I'm in South Florida, just a little bit north of Fort Lauderdale, and they're here, guys. They're absolutely here, and there's some big ones in here too. That was a great little size, great fight. I could almost tell it was a peacock the second he ate it. But man, I am so happy I already got one. 3rd fish in, too much. One of the best things about having this setup, an 8-pound test braid with a nice, strong, reasonably length 10-pound test leader on a little jerkbait, is the casting distance. You want to cover some water on these ponds, guys. I'm telling you, get some light braid, get a little whippy stick like this, and get a little finessey jerkbait on. And man, with these new weight transfer systems and all these great jerkbaits that are out on the market, you'll be launching these things and you'll cover all of this. And there's fish everywhere all over these ponds. So definitely consider doing that if you haven't tried a jerkbait in Florida or any of these type of pond situations. You know, they don't dive too deep, so you're not going to be getting up a whole bunch of scum on your hooks and getting snagged too much. They get a great reaction bite, and again, they cover tons and tons of water. And man, if you're down in Florida and you've got peacock bass in your ponds along with those largemouth, you never know what you're going to get. Just saw a peacock come after my vibrating jig, folks. I would love to get him. He was a good one. And a great big snakehead was at my feet. I saw a great big bullseye snakehead right here. I've beat up about 200 yards of shoreline, the 200 yards that I wanted to hit, and it's been great. 4 fish in for the first efforts out here on the golf course ponds, but we're in the doer state. We're in Florida. There's a lot to do around here. There's places to go and people to see. So I'm gonna try and get 1 more fish. It's gonna be a tough call because I'm pretty much running out of water right here. But if I get 1 more, that's great. Otherwise, it's been a great start to the trip. So let me cast a few more times, we'll get on out of here. All right, folks, I got a couple more bites on that there jerkbait, but I gotta do it. I gotta throw some soft plastics down there. Gotta throw a Ned rig. I wanna throw a drop shot. I wanna throw a fluke. I wanna throw all kinds of stuff, Senkos. But I'm just gonna throw this way down on the bottom and drag it and see if something eats a Ned rig. I've never caught a Florida bass or anything on a Ned rig down here. So let's just see if they wanna eat something down low, because it's definitely a trickier, oh my God, I'm getting bit already. It's definitely a trickier bite with the moving baits right now, later in the morning. So let's just drag this across the bottom, see who's home. There we go, guys. Got myself a sign up fish. Feels like a good one on the Ned rig. I figured something on the bottom would have to get bit, and it sure did. So let's see if we can keep this one. Had a cut, like I said, I don't know if I said it. I had a cut. Oh my gosh, it's I think it's the biggest one. Figure it's on the tiniest bait I threw. Absolutely awesome. I had to do it. Calm conditions. End of the road, beautiful. My gosh, it's a great big giant bass, guys. It's a big one. It's a really big fish. I'm glad all I did was take the jerkbait off. I just took the jerkbait off and tied on a Ned rig because I have 10-pound test, and I'm definitely going to be upping my line size a little bit out here for sure. I have to get down here and get this guy. Let's see what I can do. He looks like he's not going anywhere. Very cool. Come here. Awesome. How about that, guys? I know the sun's not right, but I'm gonna get a picture of that one, and we're gonna sign out. That's 5 fish in just a short morning and about a 200-yard stretch of golf course pond down here in Florida. Great way to start the trip. Many more fish to come. As always, I appreciate you joining me. As always, I appreciate you subscribing. Until we meet again, over and out.